sacred place where we discuss all things of Earth and outer space, where we divine to pass the time, and no one can put us down or in our place. Grab your tea leaves or your spirits and gather around. The embers are glowing, warm flames abound. The hallowed hearth welcomes you now.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, we have used our tools to map our minds and read the signs, but tonight, the passive observation ends. What happens when you step past the mirror, speak into the dark, and wait for the voice to answer back? Welcome to the Hallowed Hearth. Tonight, we are entering the conversational circle. And as ever, and because I couldn't wait to see their faces, we have Rachel and Haley. Before we go too far, I'm sorry, Haley. You had a birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Birthday, girl. So everybody in the comments, say happy birthday to our youngest witch, Haley Hansen. Gorgeous as ever. Doesn't look a day over. What would you like me to say?
We'll go 25.
Absolutely.
Started now for my acting career. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, we love our littlest sister. She's the best. And I hope it was wonderful. But you have like a whole birthday month going on.
I do. The schedule is huge. And I'm going to love every second of it, even if I can't sleep a minute.
Sleep.
Overrated.
That's right. That's why they make caffeine. It's fine.
My favorite.
So, yeah, we've been talking a lot about tools, divination, all of the things. And one that we use every single week. I'm going to try to start popping all of these on the stream as they come in.
Oh, thank you.
Gets to see everybody's birthday messages.
Yay. Hi, Steve.
But yes, we pull a card. Yeah, we got Steve, we got David, we got Sean in here, Heidi's here. Oh, Heidi is loyal to the end. I'll tell you what, that girl.
Yeah.
That girl. But Haley, since it was your birthday, go ahead and tell us when to stop, and we'll see what message we have for tonight and the upcoming week. Oh, well, those are falling everywhere. So
that was, yeah.
We have two.
Ooh.
So we have the Page of Wands. And look how cute she is with her little roses.
And those boots. I want those.
Right. And Temperance.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yes. So under Page of Wands, it says, just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it'll be effortless.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Right?
Well, no.
But with temperance, let go of self-imposed limitations.
Perfect.
So, yeah. I think that's I don't know. We say it every week because these cards every single week.
We're on for sure.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
absolutely. They mirror what's going on.
But I think this one kind of looks like you, Haley.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah. Yeah. Sitting by the window, drinking tea.
Yep, that's me.
I know, she used to have about 17 projects in her lap, I think.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we one thing that I kind of find fascinating, and I've said this before because I want to believe. I want to believe. But I was reading about idiomotor phenomenon, the effect, this week to get ready for tonight. And I probably fall into that a lot more than I thought I would. Like the thought that, okay, if my brain knows the pattern of a Ouija board and where the letters are, and it's been trying to give me a message, maybe I am moving the planchette without actually feeling myself move it. I don't know. I don't know. This is that's what I say about this show and all of this is I get to learn so much.
Oh yeah, we learn something every week for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
I know
okay to be skeptical, just like we say in paranormal investigating. Like, it's good to have a healthy skepticism about everything and ask the questions. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But people have always been asking questions, and like seances are probably the most pop culture-y thing that people know about. And one thing that okay. Rachel, did you see that first?
Yes. Yes. I was like,
Oh my goodness. Oh, we have the best viewers. This is awesome.
We do.
But Rachel, you were talking to me beforehand a little bit about table tipping.
mm-hmm.
So
I was.
yes. So where kind of did that come from, or how was that kind of used?
So I mean, it comes out of the spiritualist movement of about the mid 1800s. And essentially, you can think of it as like the Victorian ancestor to a spirit board. So essentially, it works pretty much the same way, where you're going to have very light, either fingertips on the table, or you can like lay them gently, like flat on the table. And what you see is either like what my experience, I'll just say my experience with it, is that we had more where we did it recently, a couple months ago, location, and it was like the table was vibrating. It
Oh,
wasn't it wasn't like tipping per se one way or the other, but it would like vibrate to like in response to different questions, and sometimes we would feel it a little bit stronger one way or another. And so that was different, because I was kind of like maybe anticipating that it was going to tip a little bit. You can also get like knocking on it, but essentially what you do is you do the same thing. You open up communication, and then a lot of people will start by setting intention and either saying a prayer or something like that. And then you open up the communication, and then you just start asking questions, kind of like you would a spirit board. And in response, they may tip, there's one way for yes, one way for no, or they can knock on. Sometimes people get knocks on the table. Like ours was interesting with the vibrating thing, was weird, but I guess that can happen. You never know what can happen. And some people will say that even back during spiritualist times, they would say that the table actually lifted and levitated. So that is hard to like fake, I think.
oh yeah.
And so when I did a little bit of research, about it too, and the idiomotor came up as one of like kind of the skeptics. But interestingly enough, during the spiritualist movement, like there wasn't just spiritualists who were really looking at this. There was paranormal investigators or parapsychologists, maybe they would be been called around that time. But also scientists were looking at like, what is this phenomenon and why is this happening so much? So it was really something back then, and it really kind of followed the footsteps of the Fox sisters. So,
Okay.
but it's exciting. We have somebody who may be able to help answer some of those questions for
Absolutely.
us.
A
Or
turn
give us
as our guest today, if we can bring her
Yes.
on.
Haley, would you like to introduce our
Yes.
guest for tonight?
Tonight we have the fabulous, utterly amazing Patty Negri joining us from Ghost Adventures and several amazing shows, books, podcasts. She does it all, truly. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Patty.
Thank you so much for having me on. I am thrilled to be here. My cat Gracie decided to come along as well. Showed up, but that's okay. We have balls in the back. We're done. We're set. So yes.
We've
That is
all
the
got our
cutest
little
text
friends
ever.
today.
Oh yeah, we've all got our little comfort. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So yeah, table tipping I have done. If you want to go right there, the first time I didn't grow up doing it, or my dining room table is like 400 years old and 400 pounds. Never thought about it, but my husband's a drummer, and so drums that are way above your head play. My spirits play the drums. But a few years back, I was appearing at a Paracon, Vulture City Paracon, and I always do seances there. I always do mediumship galleries. We always do investigations. But all of a sudden, I'm looking at the advertisement and go, table tipping by Patty Negri. I'm like, what? I don't table tip. I've never even tried it. I'm like, and they're advertising Séance. Yeah. So I literally called my friend who grew up going to Lilydale, where they did the Spiritualist, where they all lived. And Tim Shaw, who was great. And I'm like, how do you table? I don't know how to do it. 3 minutes he taught me how to do it. It's letting that ectoplasm come out. And I'm like, it's the fingertips on the table. Nobody's knees can be touching. You can't eat. And what I do, actually, my eyes are closed, even with a spirit board. So that can't be like a spirit board going. But I tried it. It worked. Knocking is real common. Vibration is real common. But then it starts moving. So I got to this in the middle of the desert, the Vulture City Paracon. They had a medium table, not like a card table, which would really fly, but a 4-person table. And I started out with 3 other people I didn't know. We got it moving. And then I had people keep changing. It kept moving and moving big and bigger. And then I literally stepped away. These are just people at the thing. Again, you could look under it. Nobody's knees were touching. Fingertips flew around the room and flew around the room.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was fun. And again, but knocking is really common, whether you always get tipping or not. But energy is energy, and spirits like to move tables around. At my house, drums. Yeah.
Do you think it's just easy for them to do, manipulate?
Well, they're working on our energy. We're in whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, whatever. Our energy is connected. We've got our little fingertips. You guys know that's why I wear these goofy little gloves. Energy in the palms, in our fingers, all this stuff that we're doing. So I think with our concentrated focus, with the big tabletop, our feet are on the ground. It just creates a little battery that they can do it. And they've known how to do it for a couple hundred years now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's still like that's one of the things that's persisted for those 200 years. It's not like it's been something that's just gone away. So generations upon generations of people have been doing it and passing it down, which I think is cool. I would love to have like the spiritualist movement come back because I think they were definitely onto something.
They're still, I want to go to like Lilydale or Casadega, some of these magical little, magical little communities, high on my bucket list, but haven't been yet. But they still do exist, and they're still, they're there. Gracie.
Gracie showing off.
You said you talked about having queen energy earlier. We're all cat people.
Oh yeah, definitely in good company.
Okay, good. She draws blood.
Oh yeah, it's worth it. That's their sacrifice.
I think that I end up having like little scratches all over my arms from my cat at night because she likes to go up there and just go.
Yeah, Love.
yours do that?
Oh, cat love. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's a little crazy, but that's good.
So I wanted to start off by asking you a little bit about yourself, Patty. What first sparked your interest in communicating with spirits?
I always did it. Literally, I wasn't even in kindergarten yet, and I just had all these spirit friends. I thought it was normal. I literally thought everybody could do it. And I say this all the time, but I honestly think kids can. I think everybody has a gift. Kids develop it. It just gets taught out of us. In our modern, Western, complete logical, left brain focused society where everything becomes your imaginary friend and it's not as important. And it just didn't get taught out of me. My mom always went, yeah, grandma did that too. Grandma could see that too. And I just knew that it was not dark or morbid to me in any way. I just knew they had a lot to say. So literally I was 7 or 8 and I just knew I wanted to do a seance. And I went in my hall, my little suburban Los Angeles home, stuffed towels under the doors, no windows, got it dark in the middle of the day. Then I realized I really didn't know any dead people. So Marilyn Monroe, John Kennedy, whoever you knew at 8 years old, and my little dark hall filled with orbs and shadows and lights and sounds and spirits. I went running outside screaming, but I was actually jumping up and down going, this is real and this is controllable. How I lift the veil. And I've studied it my entire life, how we can really do this. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They have a lot to say.
Yeah, it's nice that it wasn't stomped out of you, that you were able to fully embrace it and look how it shaped your life and your career. And I really appreciate it on the other side to have a voice to speak for them. It's really beautiful.
They have a lot. I've gotten everything. And practical stuff. Like I've literally had spirits, give me an iPhone code. This young guy had passed away, leaving a young wife and child. And there she sat with the iPhone and didn't know the code, tried birthdays and tried everything, worked with the spirit board. Like, okay, here's a code, open it up.
That's incredible. It really is.
Yeah.
And so many people think it's just inherently scary, but it's not. It's approachable. It's just people.
And then television does that. I'm not taking full responsibility because I like happy ghosts and spirits, and most people are good. Go to a mall, go to a ball game, go to anything you do. There's 200 people there. Most of them are good. There might be one serial little killer or something like that in the way, but most of them are good. But TV, they make us go to the insane asylum, the serial killer's house. I'm channeling, mass murderer so-and-so, not, the fun, happy hotel where a million people got married and the best day of their life and they're swinging from the chandeliers, having a good time. Or the Hollywood Roosevelt where you see Marilyn Monroe all the time by the pool in this chiffon pool gown.
It sounds magical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we have a happy ghost show?
I know. We need a happy ghost show.
Right? That sounds amazing. Oh, wow.
But
so you said that this came to you naturally. Did you find yourself drawn to certain forms of divination as a child, or you said it just kind of happened naturally?
As far as a child, it just kind of happened naturally. Mm-hmm. Now, as an adult, I'm a dowsing rod girl. You really see, I am a dowsing rod. Pendulum, not so much, because I do think I could accidentally control it. Because I'm just not that steady, but rods, I know how to be steady. It's almost how I even practice meditation, hold them, because if you hold them wrong, they fly all over till you get calm and your energy's not into it. But yeah, no, it was always a part of my life, always a part of my private life, but not even 20 years ago was it my public life, because I kept it very private.
Yeah, there's a huge stigma attached, and I love how you approach it in such a beautiful and open manner now as an adult, and it really opens the doors for other people to embrace that too.
Oh yeah,
it's huge.
Yeah, no, because I was a performer. I ran a production company, and I'm like, these people can't know. My private life was very open, but not public. But these people cannot know. On one hand, I talk to dead people, and on the other hand, I dance around bonfires in a cloak. My corporate big clients don't need to know that. But in 2008, that great big corporate crash came, and corporate entertainment, it's the beginning of like that Epstein stuff, and became corporate a dirty word, and it just kind of crashing and burning. And at the same time, reality TV was going up, up, up. And somebody who had been to one of my seances said, Patty, we need you to do a seance. at on our reality show. Oh, thank you, but no, my private life, I can't. I keep that. Please, no, and I'm looking at my empty calendar like, well, what's the name of the show? And literally she goes, well, it's called Mobile Home Disaster. And it's on country music television. I'm like, who would watch that? I wouldn't watch that. I don't think my friends would watch that. I don't think my big production, maybe I could do just one. And it was the most fulfilling day I could remember. I got to help this human little girl who everybody thought was crazy because she was drawing portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I'm like, no, there are portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I got to help a spirit who had a beautiful message and wanted to get it out. And almost best of all, slightly open the mind of the Southern Bible Belt cast and crew that this isn't dark and this isn't evil and this isn't nasty in any way. And I'm like, oh my God, funnest day ever. I'm never going to do it again. But when it aired a couple months later on television, and again, I went, well, that's good. I certainly know what I'm doing. I'm legit. And this was good, but never again. My first call that next morning was from my biggest corporate client, a national client. I did shows nationally for. Hi, Patty. Hi. I saw you on television last night. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I didn't know you were into the paranormal. I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to work in this town again. I'm dead. What am I? And I go, yeah, as my voice like squeaks. And she goes, I love the paranormal. And she's going to tell me her first ghost story. I'm like, I'm out of the broom closet. I'm out of the psychic medium closet. What am I doing here? And I haven't looked back. And this is so much more fun than creating, ethics for oilmen or HR department of Microsoft.
Right.
Yeah.
Way more fun.
Absolutely. And it opens so many doors. It really does. Not
Yeah.
only the other side, but for people like us too, who are trying to practice, trying to find themselves. And people don't always understand, but the more we talk about it and the more open you are about your experiences, the more it becomes normalized and people can find their own sense of freedom in exploring these topics, because life is so much more fun when you introduce magic.
I know. Who wants to live in a world without magic?
No. I mean, plenty of people do, and that shocks the hell out of me. I'm like, why? Well, you are missing out. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So this is a funny topic. I heard on one of your episodes discussing things like The Exorcist, and even when you were talking about your production company, about how Hollywood portrays things like Ouija boards and stuff like that as inherently evil. What do you think sparked this scary reputation for divination? Is it just the marketing, or?
No, because we want that. Like, watch the news. They're not saying, oh, and so helped a little lady across the street, and this happened, and somebody no, it's like this, and a plane crashed over here. There was another car chase. Oh, it's like, it's a sensationalism. I don't know why. It must be a little flaw in our little species. It's like, thing, and we just get intrigued by it. We don't like it. We can get appalled by it. We can get repelled by it, but we have to watch. So, I mean, I do think a paranormal show that shows a happy ghost down there would do really well, but maybe it wouldn't,
I'd watch the hell out of that.
a positive witchcraft show. And that it's getting better. It's not like it was, in the movie Coven, we review movies. It's not like it was in the 70s and 80s, the satanic panic, anything witchy. It's of the devil and you're Satan's spawn. And this, so we're way past that in really good ways, but there's still a lot of stereotypes out there that like,
a whole lot of I'll pray over yous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool too. But,
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely, it can't hurt.
Can't hurt. Me and Jesus good. Yeah.
So as far as spirit boards go, because I do believe, like what you say, that it's more of a tool and your intention, and if you go in positively, that you're going to get what you put into it. So what are the mistakes that people are making that causes the sensationalism? Because there's people I've seen YouTube videos with little teenage girls, and then all of a sudden stuff's flying off the walls at them. I'm like, you did something very wrong here.
Well, yeah. To me, it has to start with respect. What's my word for anything? Whether you're doing the craft, whether you're doing ritual work, whether you're doing spell working, whether you're on a ghost investigation, whether you're doing your mediumship, whether you're doing spirit boards, or, I mean, a dowsing rod or a pendulum is no really scarier than a Ouija board. We've just put that thing on top. It's a tool, but it's you have to be careful who you're going to. I've used them safely since I was 7 or 8, that little kid. I have the same ones. I have dozens. I have had a couple bad accidents. It's because somebody got disrespectful. Nobody wants to be disrespected, not even spirits, good or bad or out there. I literally, yeah, we were, I live in Hollywood Hills. I live in the oldest movie neighborhood in Hollywood, under the Hollywood sign. It's my house is 1920. It'll have a little bungalow like mine next to a movie star mansion next to this, and it's eclectic and beautiful. But right down the street is a house built by Charlie Chaplin, one of many, for one of his lover girlfriends, one of many, an actress named Mary Astor at the time. And it was a super party house, and they knew how to party in the 20s and 30s and 40s. They partied good, which is fine. But again, that can bring in a dark energy. It can, too much deck can bring in a dark energy. And then they sold it. And then in the 60s, the Rolling Stones manager bought it. So the Stones stayed there. Mamas and Papas, Graham Parsons, all these people. Party house again for a long time. Then they moved out. And then the person who invented the real life sex doll moved in. Party house. It got too scary for him. And then my neighbor, Marilyn Manson, moved in and used it for recording. And again, crazy house, so haunted by this time. It's insane. So we're filming a movie there, a documentary, not a scripted, a documentary about the Mary Astor house. Again, it's 3 minutes from my house. And one of the kids around the seance table was very young people. Young people have so much life force. You know, once you're past puberty, but not too far into your 20s, that's why poltergeist happens all with young people like that. It's bouncing off walls. It was a table full of those people. It was a pretty big shoot. We had a 4-camera shoot, so that was good. And this one kid, maybe because he was on camera, was just getting really disrespectful, saying really stupid things. Again, not demonic. I think demons get way too much credit. I think 99% of what people say are demons. Like, no, cranky ghost, just a cranky ghost. He was cranky in life and he's crankier now, and he's very theatrical. Well, this one spirit was getting really angry, and he was big and theatrical. You know, Bob the Quiet Banker is going to be Bob the Quiet Ghost, but these 1930s movie star, you know, whatever. It's like, and he started doing things like the French doors flew open, these old, and everybody's, and the producer side of me is going, wow, that's pretty cool. This is legit. I would never fit. And that happened again. And then on the floor, the speakers came on. It sounded just like a spirit box, white noise. We look later, it wasn't even plugged in, but I'm feeling this tension coming in. I'm feeling this thing coming in on us, like a vice coming in on us. And I'm keeping it. Again, everyone knew what they're in for. A public seance, I would never have done that. I would have stopped it or mellowed it, but everybody knew what they were in for. And this kid, we were working with the spirit board, and we were talking about something that happened in the basement in the 20s or 30s, and it's always the dirt basement. And the kid said something really stupid again, and not him, but the cameraman facing him burst into flames. Like angel wings back. He was not standing in front of a fireplace or a candle. 2 cameras caught it. 1 camera started filming the ceiling or the floor. You test, the strength of a camera person by a small room with a lot of people bursting into flames. The poor guy who caught on fire was wondering why everybody was screaming and pointing at him as his shirt's going up in triangle flames. Me, cool witch medium Patty, becomes a medic Patty, and I'm an EMT. I'm certified in cardiology tech. You have to do all this stuff. You live in our world. And I'm like, so I become medic, rub and roll, and I'm calling in all my protectors who are shutting down. I've never stopped filming in my life. This is not okay. This is dead. You could die. We could all die. This is not okay. We are done. And I shut it down, shut the veil. But the guy who caught on fire, who was a super skeptic, he's like, no, I'm okay. His shirt burnt off him like it was synthetic. It was cotton. It should not have went off like a polyester or nylon, but it did. And I'm looking at the blistering on his back. I'm like, God, the kid who caused all this with his disrespect and idiotness, he was no longer going to be a problem. He's like cowering in the corner. I talked to the spirit. I'm like, come on, we love your theatrics, but you can't do this. You can't do this. If you want to continue, we'll give you a voice. So we negotiated a little. And we finished the seance. Some of the craziest stuff I've ever gotten in my life happened there.
Oh, man.
And I've gotten some crazy, I travel the world getting crazy stuff, but happened there 3 minutes from my house. But the cool thing about it and being a witch and knowing what we're doing is 3 weeks later, the cameraman, who is also a filmmaker and a known filmmaker in his own right, he goes, Patty, look at my back. And I look, and the scarring from the blistering totally looked like he had went and got a tattoo of a dragon on his back. Open mouth, sharp, winged into the shape of a serpent. And that, of course, is the exact energy I called in to shut down the seance. I work dragons, crossroad magic. That's who I had at the four corners. And I'm looking at this little, I'm like, oh my God, you have a tramp stamp of a dragon on your back. That is the coolest thing I have ever seen. He thought so too. I'm like, it's a scar. He's a dragon on a tramp stamp. He was so impressed. Actually, he wrote a movie about me, about a TV medium who does every talk show, and then it turns into one of those funny, spooky horror shows, where called The Portal. He actually wrote it with Stephen Norrington, the guy who wrote League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and the Blade series. They haven't done it yet, but if they do, I'd like Margot Robbie to play.
Yes.
Yes. Go to the top. But anyway, but they haven't done it. But if they do, and this is what people have to know, because we're all on television now. We're on YouTube. We're on pages. We're on podcasts. I sat down with him for 5 hours going, Lauren, you can't say that on a film, on a script, on a movie. But you said it. I go, I know I said it. That does something. That changes the shift. That opened a portal. You cannot say that. You don't want to be one of those cursed horror films, do you? It happens all the time. Look at the actors. Look at all these films. Actors. You don't want actors to die at 27. No, I will change the words that they sound as spooky or as mystical or as whatever, but they're not going to cause something. So if they ever do it, it sounds as spooky, but it's not going to have anything attached to it. So I when I see people online, whatever, it's like, be careful what you do. I'm always careful. Even when I'm teaching in class, I'm really careful. Energy is energy. It doesn't know the difference of a TV screen, whatever that is. But yeah, I've had
tools are countless. It's crazy. Like you mentioned, The Exorcist, Poltergeist, even as recently as the Vampire Diaries, people still haven't learned their lesson. They were using real spells in that show and then wondering why crazy stuff was happening that was dangerous. Like, no, you gotta respect the process.
Yeah, my show does it. Ghost Adventures. It's like, luckily over the years I've gotten smarter and smarter and smarter. And Jay really studies into it. Billy really studies into it. They all have their own personal protection modes and all that they do. But I've taught them a lot. Basically, I've had 2 episodes a year for 11 years, which is pretty good for a very boy-centric show. But it's like, and now they know they don't show. Jay and I just did a thing together. They cut out. They will not show everything on camera. So that they're learning, but not everybody does.
Yeah.
Right. Listen to Patty, people. Come on.
That's why more and more movies and shows are using consultants like that. If you're doing a voodoo movie, have somebody who knows voodoo. Have a voodoo consultant. It just makes your movie that much.
On the wrong side of voodoo, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what is on the horizon for you? What are some things that people can look forward to with you?
I am traveling a lot. I'm leaving this weekend for Pacific Coast Paracon in Ventura. Next week, I've got a gig in Tampa. The week after that, I'll be back in Pennsylvania, I think, and then Texas. Again, this is my travel schedule. So that in between that filming, and I'm getting ready to start. I'm still kind of doing things for my latest book, Doll Craft, doing some like haunted doll tea parties and stuff, doing events like that. My school's still going strong. My podcast is still going strong. My streaming network, Paraflix, we're kind of at a growth place. Whoever said earlier, who needs to sleep? Sleep's highly overrated. Pretty much doing like in June, I think I'm home maybe 3 or 4 days. July lightens a bit. But it's fun. I created it. We manifest. This is exactly what I wanted to create. I like to travel. Have somebody pay me to travel. I want to do fun, magical things and travel. Okay,
I wondered, Patty, of all like the tools that you use, which are the ones that are most like consistent, where you get the consistent results?
For witchy tools or for
Like
magic
spirit,
tools?
spirit communication.
Communication. Again, to show anybody, I do like dowsing rods. Like if I'm setting a thing, I have my light up dowsing rods. Okay, point to that. Here we are. Okay, do this. Yes, no, and all that. So I will use a little bit of everything in different. I'll pull a tarot or this or that, but pretty much I like direct communication. Let's just talk to the spirits. If we need a tool to see somebody, have the light flash the cat ball or something, we can do that. In craft work, in my craft work, I'm a candle girl and a puppet girl. That's why my book Doll Craft, I talk all about puppets because it's such good sympathetic magic. You have something. I like having something tangible in my hand, right there. What I'm going in our tools, as in witchy tools, I'm a wand and a knife girl because wands are going to direct and the knives are going to cut. Everything else with the chalice and this and that and all our tools great, but a wand in one hand and a knife in the other.
And that's so badass.
Yeah, I know. That's the best.
Those totally suit you 100%.
They're everywhere. See? Everywhere. And I'm a good witch.
I would too. When you have a traditional like seance, what is supposed to like accomplish?
It's to communicate. It's to communicate with the other side. Again, the way I've been doing it, there's even some spiritualist stuff that I say. There's a place where we all go, where ne'er the frost or cold winds blow, and our friends remembered reunite, and those who hate forget their spite. We gather around these gentle beings. I do candle ritual. I do things. I have everybody breathe together because I let everybody know, whether they're just tourist, whatever, that we are the ghost being. We are the REM pod. We are the cat ball. I teach them what we know naturally as witches, like, oh, the chills. That's an obvious one. They get heavy here, light here, hot, cold, smell, taste, all the clairs to be aware of. Outside hearing, inside hearing. You see with the outside eye, you see with your third eye. You just know, you feel. I kind of get them to breathe and settle into it so they can. I'm very elemental in my work. So I usually do a real simple corner calling, call in the east winds to blow any blocks out, the fire of the south to burn out negativity and shape it to a heart, the waters of the west to emotionally connect us, north, Mother Earth to keep us safe as we travel beyond her realms. And within that, not that I'm telling everybody, is I'm working my dragons. So everybody sees I always look at myself. I am the conductor. I'm the orchestrator. I've got my herbs and my oils and my incense and my bells and my chimes. I can't imagine anybody doing a seance without a bell. How are you going to call spirits without a bell? You have spirits of always. We have church bells, temple bells. So I have ritualistic things, and again, the way I've lifted the veil since a kid, and it's easy to learn, is like all of a sudden everybody can sense. It's like if you don't think you're psychic at all, now you are. If you think you're a little psychic, you're a lot psychic. And I teach people that. So everybody, when they leave, usually at least 3 days, all their senses are sharpened, whether even their vision, their hearing, smell, taste is heightened. I'm like, you guys can keep that forever. Check out your dream life the next 3 days. You have that ability. So again, I go around, I make sure everybody introduces themselves because nobody doesn't want to be introduced. And then I make sure that unless it's like 60 plus people, that everybody gets a chance. Who do you want to talk to? My grandma. Okay. And who do you want to talk to? The kid who died in school. Spirits of place, of course, it were some haunted place or the mansion or this or that. But again, my private seances are not like if you've seen me on Portals to Hell or Ghost Adventures or Sam and Colby or Overnight or all my YouTube people, they're not like that. Because again, there we're at the insane asylum or the serial killer's house or channeling Ed Gain, or that at home we're with private ones, we're talking to grandma. And it's really sweet. It's nice. And they have a lot to say.
Yeah, I think that we experience a lot of that when we do paranormal investigating, because
Mhm.
that's like the first thing we do. We walk into a place is introduce ourselves, and then we're always walk in, like you mentioned earlier, about being respectful. I think that that's huge, because we're if we think we're communicating with whom we think we're communicating with, which is was a human being, then you wouldn't come into somebody else's house and come in with disrespect, right?
And not even introduce yourself. And the
Right.
first thing, you shouldn't go, where'd you die? How'd you die? What'd you get? Really? Why don't you
Yeah,
ask
I
them their
know.
favorite color?
Why don't you go?
You like apple pie? You know?
And one of their favorite tools that we use, obviously, is what's called a dead bell.
I love the
And
dead bell.
the dead bell gets a lot of action wherever we go, and maybe that's one of the things, like you were talking about, ringing the bell to
Yeah. I
call the
think there's
spirits
two
in.
reasons for the dead bell. Yes, bells call in spirits. And number two, especially old-fashioned spirits. I mean, we have the flash. I've got the REM pod, but that would scare you if you're from 1800s or even if you're from 1972. That's spooky. A dead bell, they know a hotel bell's not scary, or you put your finger in a little teddy bear, or I have this one K2 meter. It's a candle. It looks like an old-fashioned candlestick, but
Right.
so it's not gonna, I think, so the dead bell is a familiarity to them, and it's not gonna like, is that from outer space? You know, so I think there's two reasons for it. Yeah.
That's such a good point. The modern technology must absolutely take so many spirits off guard. Poor things.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck is that?
Why is everything flashing?
I
That's awesome.
Yeah, we try to explain too. I think it's important too when you're paranormal investigating, is like you have to explain the tools that we use with spirits in communicating, especially if you're talking to whom you think might be an older spirit that's been dead for a few
Yeah.
hundred years. You have to explain to them the lights, like we said, the lights on the floor, you know.
I mean, hell, just think about trying to explain your cell phone to your grandparents.
Yeah. We just say the lights on the floor aren't going to hurt you. They just let us know that you're here.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just a way for us to communicate with you, because we can't see you with your eyes. Some of us can hear you, but not all of us can hear you. Those kind of things. But
Yeah.
so, what role do you believe intention and energy plays?
Everything. Intention is everything in manifestation, in spell working, in your spiritual practice. Intention or what did you say? To intention or what?
Go get your dinner.
Sorry, my husband's picking my dog and going out. Yeah, no, I think focus and intention. That again, if everything is energy, nothing's solid. That's 7th grade science. That's not solid. It's moving little atoms. So whether we're creating or manifesting something, we're doing a spell working, we're doing ritual, we're talking to deity, you have to have that focus and intention to form it. Mind, body, spirit. I'm a big believer. Even my first book, Old World Magic, mind, body, spirit. It's 20,000 books are written about it, psychology books, self-help books, religious books. Mind. We will never surpass our belief system. We can't. It's psychology. If you don't think you could do something, you're really not going to do it. If you think you can, climb the top of the mountain, that's the people who do. Mind. Body, you have to get off the couch. Obvious. You've got to get healthy. You have to get off the couch. Spirit, that's the less tangible. That's what people don't get. But spirit is the battery that makes something happen. Literally, that's the battery. And you could do it lots of ways. You could do it through go to church, go to temple, go to the park. And again, that is that faith behind it. You could do it all the new age stuff, affirmations and vision boards. You could do what we would do, candles and herbs and oils. Oh my. But all of you guys out there could look at all the things. There's a lot. You guys have beautiful podcast, beautiful women. You whatever you've created, you believed you could have it and that you deserved it. Deserving is a big one, and that you deserved it. You've gotten off the couch and taken some action towards it. And number 3, you've had some sort of magic or faith behind it. The stuff we haven't quite accomplished yet, 1 or 2 of those things need tweaking. You really don't have the headset that you can or deserve it yet. Do it. You haven't gotten off the couch and taken action towards it, or that faith or magic behind it. You switch when you get it. I believe we can get anything we believe we can get, period. And right now we have to do a little bit within the laws of physics, but I think soon as quantum physics come in, don't even have to follow those.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that so much. We talk
Yeah.
about it often in the show that the magic of everything that we do and everything we discuss is so intertwined with both faith and science when it comes into your belief systems and
Right.
quantum physics. I love it. It's beautiful, and it's so mystified and so woo woo to some people, but it's just as simple as you put it. Everything
Right.
needs to be in alignment, and when you get those three locked in, you can go anywhere. I love it.
In witchcraft, instead of mind, body, spirit, I call it creation, working, dispatch, creation. I'm going to do a love spell. Okay, Friday, day of Venus, rose petals, water. I'm going to do a bath, water, emotion. The action is do it. Mind is creation. Working, mind, body, spirit. The body is I'm doing it. I'm taking that bath, and the spirit is that charge and that we give it. It's all the same, just different template. You could talk in witchy terms. You could talk in science terms. You could talk in metaphysical. You could talk in Judeo-Christian terms. Just different templates for the same energetic. In my experience.
Yeah, and laying it out there like makes it so much more approachable and so much less scary.
Yeah.
And I absolutely respect that, because things need to be less scary. You should be enjoying life, and especially when you can actively participate in bringing in things that you want, things you've accomplished. Oh my gosh, more people need to listen to you, Patty. Because really,
all of us.
Absolutely.
Wake up. We have to wake up the rest of the world.
Yes.
Just to think for themselves, just to empower themselves. They don't have to be witches. They don't have to be magical. They don't have to be sheep.
Yeah.
You have to stand up for yourself and choose what you want and make your life happen. Absolutely.
I don't know. I think it's just people that want to be scared, and not like we want to be scared. Like, let me watch that scary movie and do that. But just like, I just want to be scared of everything, because it's easier to be scared than to try to understand.
Because it takes away their responsibility. Then they get to be a victim. But you give up a lot to be a victim and give up responsibility. You give up your power.
Preach. No, it's so true. It's so true. And again, the media and the fear mongering all thrive off of this negativity vacuum. And to sow in joy and happiness and to experience ghosts and the paranormal in a realm that can make you happy and uplifted is so foreign to so many people, just because they are in these lower energies and just are comfortable there. I'm like, you're missing out on so much.
They go through life the little zombies, by rote, automatic pilot, phoned in, asleep at the wheel, all those things we shouldn't be.
Wake up, people.
I know, exactly. I wanted to see if you would play just a fun little game with us, which is fact or fiction.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna just call out some rapid fire terms, and you tell us whether that's fact or fiction in your belief. Spirit boards attract demons.
Fiction.
You should never use a spirit board alone.
That's a tough one, because I think that depends on you. I think, again, talking about that cheating on yourself, you could cheat alone. I think it's not there's a rule or a demon's going to come through. So I'm going to say fiction, but I could justify both answers.
Okay.
So much for rapid.
Table tipping. Table tipping is always caused by subconscious movement.
I've seen that it isn't. And when I use a spirit board, my eyes are closed. Somebody has to have their eyes open, the person looking at the numbers. But I have it dark, and eyes closed. So not always.
Full moons make spirit communications easier.
Depending on the spirit. I'll say true. But again, we're 70% water. We're run by the tides. It certainly can. There's a battery power there. But a new moon, we're going to go deep inside to a different kind of spirit.
Oh, I love that.
True. Everyone has psychic abilities.
True.
I
Spirit
love
can,
pulling the abilities out of people that think they don't have them too. That's so much
right.
fun.
That's why I always try to catch my husband, and he thinks that he has no abilities, and I'm just like, I know you do.
They
It's
shock
like,
themselves. It's awesome. Sorry.
I know. It seems like they have a little bit of a harder time. I don't know if that's true. If men have a harder time, like connecting than women do, like to spirit. But how about spirits can only communicate at night?
False.
You should never use a spirit board in a cemetery.
False. So if there's respect there, they're sacred ground. They're hallowed ground. And most ghosts aren't hanging out at a cemetery. They're watching the grandkids grow up.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely. Mirrors or portals.
True.
Is that why a lot of times I know that during Victorian era, spiritualists, they would cover the mirrors when
That's
somebody
exactly right.
died?
Yeah. They are
'Cause-
portals. I know a lot of people that who like, because so many closet doors have mirrors, they just cover them up with sheets and things. They are portals, and you have to watch. You have two mirrors facing each other, creating portals and stuff like that. You can't shut them down though. I mean, energetically with using sigils and things, if you don't want it to be a portal. But true.
Candles help spirits communicate.
It gives them a way to true, because they can make the flame bigger, make the flame later, make the flame bounce, stuff like that. We give them to be their own little, room pod. And you've got the fire, you've got all the elements right there.
That's great.
Hi, Raven Wolf.
And then if we were to say Patty has a paranormal survival kit, what 5 items would you bring on the night of a spirit communication? So we have spirit board, a pendulum, dowsing rods, tarot cards, crystals, voice recorder, flashlight, bell, candle, protection oil, K2 meter, or REM pod.
Okay, I get 5. Candle, bell, it's probably spirit board. I don't use them on big seances though. But if I'm going candle, spirit board, I forget, candle, spirit board. I would probably bring oh my God, there's so many choices. I mean, if we almost have that, I'm okay. If I have a candle, a bell, and a spirit board, I'm good. But I would probably have some kind of a protection crystal. I would have an oil. I'd have an oil because I'd make sure everybody put the oil on the back of their neck, or
Yeah.
that to close that down, open this up, close this down. So I would have an oil would be in there. And then maybe one of those things you mentioned as a little tool to work with, even if it's a flashlight on and off, or a cat ball, and whatever else you said.
Is there a particular oil that's good for closing those up?
I mix a lot of different ones because, again, you want this open. So whatever eye opener thing, but back here, people don't get that. That's why when you bow your head to pray, to open that up for God, for spirit. But if you're at a serial killer's house, you don't want that open unless you're channeling. And if you are the medium who's channeling, you don't want it open all night. You want a specific, okay, Henry, you can come in now. I'll channel you. So you got to shut that down or control who it's going in. So. And so many people don't do that or know that. Yeah.
Do you think, so I had this experience at like Brushy Mountain. It's a state penitentiary where I went into this area where they eat. I guess it used to be there where they would do laundry for the whole prison. And I felt like there was sort of an oppressive kind of energy, and it felt like I almost couldn't catch my breath, like it was on me. What would you recommend for protecting yourself from something like that happening?
My favorite sigil is I would have a home of awe on me. My favorite sigil. I would send you outside to have you stand on grass or dirt or hug a tree to ground. I would make sure your neck is closed up. I would hand you a little helm of awe sigil of some sort, or draw it on your hand, the 8-sided little cross, if you can sort of see.
Yeah.
This is having shiny isn't good. And I have you do some breathing. And again, working with whatever within your belief system to shut it down and clear it out if you got tired. But it's pretty much about grounding
Yeah.
and settling back.
Because right away I left the space because I was like, I felt like I can't breathe. And it was freaking me out. So I left the space and I got outside. And as
Yeah,
soon as
that's
I
the
got
first
outside,
thing.
it got better.
Yeah, that's the first thing. Get outside, ground, get away from it.
Okay.
The elements, get into the elements. Is there a particular element that you relate to more than the others, Patty?
I'm a Libra. They have to be even.
Yeah.
No, I love them all. I mean, no. I mean, I'm very much an air sign, so I do get a little thinky sometimes, but no, I'm not going to say I'm one over the other because when you need earth, you need earth. When you need the flow of water, you need the water. When you need the fire, that's why I even came up with my 30-second fix anything little exercises. Okay, that's your emotions. Run your hands underwater. It'll clear it. Okay, you need some energy. Do some dragon chant. It'll pull it up your kind of. We need them all and balance. I think most everybody in this crazy planet right now, we're out of balance.
Yes.
Elements,
Big
because we
time.
are whatever our belief system, we are human right now. Even if we're half humans, we're witch blood, or people want angel blood or alien blood or whatever they want to call it. At least half of us is human, which means we are of element. So work with nature's elements.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Beautiful. Definitely want to be in balance. Got to get it all connected back together.
Yeah. I think that's huge because I think a lot of people are disconnected right now. Or at least from reality. From the reality we have. I don't know if there were any questions out there in the chat.
Yeah, looks like everybody's just sitting and we're all
In
just
awe.
kind of watching Patty.
we're oh.
Well, thank you guys for having me on.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
You're a
you.
great host. You're a great.
You were
Well, we
excellent.
are definitely going to have you back because I feel like you could just teach us every single time we meet.
That's why I have a school. Sure, anytime.
Awesome.
Yeah, will you talk a little bit about where you're going to be at next, where people can find you?
Yes. You can find everything on my website, pattynegri.com, because I tried to keep it updated where I'm going. This weekend, I will be in Ventura, California, which is a cute little beach town just above Los Angeles, at Pacific Coast Paracon, doing seances and a beautiful old 1930s haunted theater. Then I'm heading this midweek into week by Friday. I will be in Tampa doing a thing with Pretty Wicked Events, doing a workshop and a seance. Then I'm heading back to Creep It Real at the Doss House. I'll be in Pennsylvania next weekend, which is a really fun event at the Doss House and Old Stone Jail. And that's going to be fun. And then I'm heading to Texas for over a week. The Dallas Fort Worth area. It's kind of I've been doing this for a dozen plus years. Workshops with people, seances, paranormal investigations at places like Goatman's Bridge, just kind of a witchy hole weekend at 2 different places now. And then I'm going to Eureka Springs, Arkansas for Obscuricon. And that's just the next month or so. So I'm never, I don't remember. I do Where's Patty every week. Just go to pattynegri.com or follow me. Please come see me. Come see me.
Yes.
I think you're attending at least 1 or 2 events I'm going to be at later this year, so I definitely look forward to it.
I can't wait. Yay.
And I'll see you in August, and then I'm also at Underworld, and I'm at Rock Island.
I'm not at Rock Island this year, but I'm at Underworld.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Then I'll get to see you there and at New Orleans.
Yay, and New Orleans, of course. I'm so excited about that one.
Yeah,
It'll
me
be
too.
fun.
Well, you guys, please definitely check out Patty's website. See all of the places in case she listed them off too quick. And we know that she's got a page and a half of calendar dates. So check it out there where you can kind of put it on your own calendar. Rachel, where are we going to see you next? Where's the next video coming from?
When's the next video?
Yeah, your lives and whatnot, all your stuff on Instagram where we get to see all of your pictures and your behind the scenes stuff.
It's Rachel Ravensvale on Instagram, Facebook, and also Liminal Shadow Paranormal. That's the team. So that's on Facebook and TikTok and Insta.
Excellent. Haley,
Haley,
once again, so that people can buy their own emotional support monster, where do they go?
Right, you can always check me out on any social media as Haley Hansen, or my Etsy page is Beastie Babies by Haley. You can check out special cryptid dolls like the Jersey Devil, Mothman, Bigfoot, and I will be vending them at the Cryptids and Paranormal Con this weekend. And I'm so excited to show my babies to the world and to meet the special Bigfoot experts in person.
Yeah. And if they're at this con, you are gonna have some like photo oppy things. Yes.
Yeah, I have some really exciting things to show off this weekend that I've been working really hard on. I will have special photo opportunities, and yeah, come meet the Beastie Babies.
Sounds
My
awesome.
little monsters.
Well, you guys, we are so grateful for everybody who hangs out with us every Thursday right here. If you have
and I
not,
just want to send out a special thank you to Asia. She's been in the chat and said
yeah,
hi, and
We love you, Asia.
we love you.
yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Before we leave, please do all of the YouTube things, the like, the share, the subscribe. Shares help immensely because we want to kind of work with as many people as we can, and that comes down to you guys sharing us with the world. So get those shares out there. Sisters, I love you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Patty, you're amazing. Just absolutely amazing. This has been wonderful. We've been jazzed about it all week. So thank you for making a little bit of our dream come true. And everybody else, we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.